My English is not very high-fi. I am neither going to give you a philosophical advice. I am going to tell you a story of my life, real story that is named as Mud Path to White Coat and to whatever jacket I am wearing today after retirement. 20th June 1968. My father's dispensary was shut. It was always open from 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning to night 8 o'clock. I did not remember that my father took holiday, neither he took Sunday as a holiday, and the dispensary was open. And for the first time, I saw that the dispensary was shut, and I was little shocked. What happened? Why the clinic is closed? So then, with little high speed of walking, I rushed home and I saw my father down on a cot. He had sustained a mini stroke, transient ischemic attack, and that was the start of Parkinson's disease in his life. That is 20th June 1968. And then I was shattered because my father's practice had gone down. He could not go to clinic without support. He would still go and practice because he was the sole breadwinner. And from 20th June 1968, I suffered a lot of financial problems. I was perplexed what to do because of financial problem. I used to go to my mama, maternal uncle, and ask his advice. He used to say that you can open up a grocery shop. Scored very high ranking marks in my 10th, stood first in my school, and then some of my friends, father's friends, they came. One of the friend was a dermatologist and second friend was a grocery merchant. He said that he has done really well in the exam and he deserves to be educated. So we will help him out. And they opened some account in the State Bank of India of Murbad, and they started putting some money into it, and I would withdraw it because the idea was that I should use it only for my education and not for my family strangers, which the family is likely to suffer. And I had no college in my Murbad place. I had to travel 30 kilometers standing by bus, and the bus pass, return pass, costed me about 50 rupees, which I was unable to pay. But those people, two people, gave me those 50 rupees I could withdraw. And in the midst of 11th, when I was about to continue, and then I was about to stop at the end of 12th, I was about to stop my education. A letter came to me stating that it is learned, and the letter was like that: it is learned that you wish to pursue your career in Mumbai in a medical college, number one. Number two, that you wish to become doctor. And it is also learned that you need a financial help. So we are here to give you financial help whichever way you want, either by loan or on a non-refundable basis. If we give you a financial help by non-refundable basis, it is expected that when you grow up and become wealthier, you will support others who are similar like you for their educational expenses. I immediately wrote back that I do not mind taking a loan or I do not mind the other way, but I need financial help and I wish to become doctor. And the lady named Pushpa Thakur, whose photo is there in my office, now not, but it used to be in my office. And she said that I will help you. And exactly at the end of the month, she would send me a money order of 80 rupees, of 50 rupees, and I could continue to study. And then people said that, and then I again stood first in Thana district, studying hard without any tuition class. And a teacher of mine who felt that this boy is too good. He has studied without any tuition class. He traveled 60 kilometers daily, traveling, climbing in a bus. This boy deserves to be helped. Came for the first MBBS over here. When I came for interview in Nair Hospital, everybody refused hostel accommodation. I could not reach Mumbai, Delhi from Murbad, which was 30 kilometers and 1.5 hour distance by bus to Kalyan, and from there 1 hour train. It was impossible to reach and catch first lecture, which used to start at either 8:30 or 9. So I remembered that, and then the only dean who said I was getting in any of the medical colleges, the only dean who said, Dr. Panse, that Mohan, come here, I will give you hostel in Sion. And our hostel was in old barracks, you remember. So we started, I got the hostel, I started staying in the hostel, I started eating in the Ruya College mess, which is near Kodivada station, and I was financially helped by two people. One was Pushpa Thakur, second was Mrs. Pandit, who was the head of the Department of Mathematics from Ruya, and I continued to study. But I had simple pressure that if I do not perform well in the any exams, by any chance I would fail in first MBBS, I will have to quit my education because nobody will have a sympathy for a boy who is failing. But during the stay of hostel, I started developing a lot of things, administrative things, welfare for the hostel thing, and then I had to go and represent to Dean. And then, but I used to feel that I am very close, prominent person, and Dean knows me. So that is how it gave me something, some feeling that I should continue to work for the Students' Council. The only post in a Students' Council which makes you to remember in the college for ages to come and ages to go was imbibed on me, and that is the post of General Secretary, and you must contest this election. This was the tough, very tough contest, and people said that you may lose, and I won the election as a general secretary by very wide margin of votes, very wide margin of votes. You know, third MBBS result, and I was marginally saved in gynecology. I wanted to do medicine because medicine was my subject of passion. I scored less in practical and I could not get medicine. There were 6 seats of medicine and I was seventh on the list, or merit list, and I could not get registership. A situation came that seventh post came or somebody left the medicine. So they said that the waiting list candidate was Dr. Mohan Joshi. So call him back and otherwise get it in writing. And my registrar refused to allow me to leave surgery. The lecturer Ronnie Dastur, Rohington Dastur, refused to allow me to leave surgery. They said, you will be fool if you join medicine. So you will not leave, and I'm telling you, you are working hard. You will do well in surgery. Friend with whom we had gone for a dinner, he said that there is no future for general surgery. If you have taken up general surgery, there is no future for general surgery. And he was Wagle, who was a pediatrician in Thane, who was still practicing pediatrician. So I was quite depressed. I said that whether I have made a right decision or wrong decision. But I continued general surgery. Meanwhile, my father continued to worsen, and then still I used to go once in a week home, meet my parents, give them money, and my father's Parkinson was, getting aggravated, and his restrictions of the movements came up. So, but anyway, I was earning about 1200 rupees during the housemanship, and then later on about 1600 or 1400 in registership. So I continued to work. I used to give half money to my parents, and I used to study hard, and I studied and just finished the exam of my MS. Some of our guys, 6, 7 guys, were sitting in canteen, and then erstwhile dean, that time who was Dr. Nadkarni, came and started shouting at us that why the hell you are spending time in canteen, you are surgical residents and this and that. So I said, sir, we have just finished the exam and we are just having a cup of tea, discussing how the papers were, how everybody has written, etc. He said, nothing doing. There are 6 posts of CMO vacant, and I'm facing dire problem to run this hospital without a casualty officer. I request you tomorrow to meet AMO, senior AMO, and take up the post of AMO immediately or CMO immediately and join from tomorrow. So, as an order of the dean, we went in the morning and two of us took the post, and we became next day casualty medical officers of LTMMC. And on one of these days, there used to be interviews for the ad hoc post. And ad hoc post means, temporary, what we call it as contractual post now. There used to be post of ad hoc. And I had appeared for that interview as I had affinity for surgery, I had affinity for LTMMC, I had become a CR, I had become a general secretary, I had become a cultural secretary, etc. So a lot of affinity. Then I did my MS. So I said that might as well appear for interview, get some hands-on good experience, and then go out of this medical college. So uh, I they said that you take up CMO's post, and then I was wait-listed and my result came pass. So one day at 11 o'clock when I was doing a casualty duty, I got a phone call from Dr. Changlani that you have to join tomorrow as lecturer, assistant professor. That time we used to call that as lecturer. And so I said, but I am CMO. He said, what do you mean? You have been ordered by dean, otherwise you go and talk to dean. So I went to the person concerned, that was senior AMO Dr. Ankambe. I asked him that what do I do now? See, he said you better go to deputy dean. Deputy dean means that time there was assistant dean. There was only one post of assistant dean in every medical college. Now we have got two deputy deans in every medical college, and assistant dean is a different cadre altogether. Again, a additional post. So I went to erstwhile assistant dean Mrs. Rebello, and I said that I have been told to join as lecturer, and I am CMO, so I would like to tender resignation and join as CMO, I mean join as lecturer. Now she started scolding me so much because CMO's post, anybody leaving CMO's post, they used to face a lot of problems during casualty, managing casualty. And I was almost MS person, so I went to erstwhile assistant dean Mrs. Rebello, and I said that I have been told to join as lecturer, and I am CMO, so I would like to tender resignation and join as CMO, I mean join as lecturer. Now she started scolding me so much because CMO's post, anybody leaving CMO's post, they used to face a lot of problems during casualty, managing casualty. And I was almost MS person, so my support to them was as much very good. So what to do? How can we, work together? He said, don't go to dean. It will escalate the issue between assistant dean and you will come into problem. And technically she is right that the CMO's post is permanent and this is ad hoc post. So you will not be relieved. So you can't become a medical teacher. Otherwise, I will show you a solution that you work as 9 to 4 as lecturer, and 4 o'clock onwards till 11 o'clock I will give you every day CMO duty. Wednesday is your emergency, so Wednesday you are off from CMO, and then you work on Sunday. So this is how I worked on one salary for almost 4.5 months. One day then I went to dean and told him that can I be relieved? So he said, what do you mean by can I be relieved? I said, I'm working both CMO and this. Whole day I'm working in Sion Hospital and staying in the quarters. So he said that you are relieved. The things went on. Things went on, and then I became senior lecturer. There was a post of senior lecturer. Then I became professor, and then The whole journey as a medical teacher continued in 1996, 1916. I was told, I was called, myself and Satoskar, we were called, and Dr. Supe told me that there is a message from commissioner that I should become dean because I am the senior most professor. Mr. Pardeshi was then dean. He called me. He said that you have to become dean, and I said that I have got private practice. So he said, forget, get lost about private practice. Dean's post is more important because there are 6 posts of MPs in this city. There are 4 posts of dean of medical college. You are one of them. You are more valuable to the country, city. And then when I became dean, first thing which I did was that to start new facilities. And the new facilities which I started was surgical gastroenterology, the neurology, the nephrology, and transfusion medicine. Then later, interventional radiology. All of them have got recognized branches by NMC and DNB, and all of them have got students. I had immense pleasure to launch a project of 1500 crores for total renovation of Sion Hospital and making it into a ultra modern hospital from 1800 beds to 2900 beds. The project is on and may get over in next 3 years. I had faced a lot of problem for accommodation of hostels, so we constructed a very new building of hostel, and 1000 students can dwell now. Undergraduate students, each and every student can get hostel. These are the major things which I did. Besides that, I never kept waiting anybody in front of my office. Everybody could enter in directly in the office of dean, talk to me, and I was called as approachable dean. So that is how I did, from a very basic beginning, from a basic financial struggle, from so called as mud path to a white coat. I could rise to the post of dean, and I retired without any allegation, tinting, and a very clean tenure of longest duration in LTMMC of 7 years almost as a dean. Thank you so much.